In this module, I will talk about the affection attraction mantra. We'll be focusing more on how to manifest affection relationships between you and your loved ones today. And by the way, did you know that we all have the ability to exchange affection? All humans are created with the natural need to give and receive affection. Affection is truly the universal language of this world, and individuals from all different walks of life acknowledge it for what it truly is and comprehend the power that is in it. Take a moment and ask yourself, have you activated your affection attraction mantra? Are you showing enough affection or lack of affection? Are you surrounding yourself with love that brings favorable energy into your life? Well, if your answer is no, you are not alone. In fact, I'm going to share with you the 4 important tips to activate your affection attraction mantra. All you have to do is to connect, communicate, share, and have some self-love. Tip number 1 is to connect. In order to develop as a human, we have to master the artistry of forming connections. It is one of the most important areas of our lives. Without human connection, our lives are simply incomplete. When we are not connecting on a regular basis with others, it can lead to loneliness, isolation, depression, and illness. Not just that, in order to discover and grow, you have to be freed to connect with what you wish and to unplug from what you don't wish. No one may provide you that freedom. It's your right as a human. You don't require anybody's permission to choose which associations are most beneficial for you. It's up to you to accept the initiative to associate with what you wish and to unplug from what you don't wish. By consciously arriving at connections that feel intuitively right to you, you direct yourself into the right spot with the rationale of affection. Tip number 2 is to communicate. Communication is such an important element in life. Think about it. We communicate with other people, with ourselves, and with the universe. There isn't a single area of life where communication doesn't take a major role in how things go. You communicate effectively by first associating with the familiar and then broadening into the unfamiliar. When you meet somebody new, the opening move is to find out your shared concerns, values, and mental attitude. This produces a basic adherence of trust and friendship. Great communicating skills take time to formulate. The more you rehearse, the better you'll become. There are particular methods you may learn, like smiling, sustaining an open posture, and maintaining eye contact. Also, don't forget that the main purpose of communicating is to produce a connection with the other individual. True communicating calls for mutual understanding rooted in affection and faith. Otherwise, you can't share truth with others. Always remember that to communicate advantageously, there must be some bond between talker and listener. One must be willing to share and the other willing to listen. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you shared with someone? I'm sure it's pretty recent, because humans have been sharing for longer than we can remember. If you communicate in any manner, you're in truth researching different facets of yourself. Once you feel a rich sense of sharing with another individual, you're in reality connecting profoundly with a crucial part of yourself. By sharing with other people, you'll discover how to love yourself more totally. Think about your relationship with another individual. Where does it in reality exist? It does not exist anywhere in the outside world. You can't merely point to it and state, "This is our relationship right here." It lives strictly inside your thoughts. Therefore, if you have trouble connecting with individuals on the exterior, it might be because you aren't sharing with yourself on the interior. Once you discover how to feel fondly connected on the interior, you'll discover that it is much simpler to form a bond with other people. The great news is that when you comprehend that all relationships are internal, you will be able to consciously alter how you see them and thereby alter how they go as well. If you feel disconnected with your real self, you can expect your personal relationships to suffer from a disconnect as well. If you wish your relationships to be more loving and accepting, you have to discover how to love and live with more facets of yourself. And the last tip is self-love. I'm sure you've heard it before. If you want to attract love, you have to love yourself first. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yet often people have difficulty in caring for themselves, in receiving love, in believing that they deserve to be happy. Imagine for a moment the amount of energy you expend brooding over the future, ruminating about the past, comparing yourself to others, judging yourself, and worrying about what might happen next. That is a huge amount of energy. Now, imagine all of that energy gathered in and returned to you. Underlying our usual patterns of self-preoccupation, stinging self-judgment, and fear is the universal, innate potential for love and awareness. How do you feel? Good? Self-love is a magnet for love. It attracts happiness. The more you love yourself, the more loving people and situations will be attracted to you. Every time you do something kind to yourself, it sends a message to the universe that you feel worthy of kindness. And guess what? More kindness will come to you. The affection attraction mantra picks up your emotions. The more joy and love you feel, the more positive your emotions. Doing things that make yourself happy radiates joy out to the universe, attracting more. Self-love makes you want to take better care of yourself. When matters are tough or you're battling with something, encouragement is a marvelous means of presenting you a boost. Be kind to yourself and love yourself more. As you give yourself more love, you'll enjoy the nurturing things you do for yourself. That makes you feel better and puts the focus more on your well-being. The more you self-nurture, the more loving feelings develop and the better the message you send for the affection attraction mantra to respond to.